Welcome, brothers and sisters. In today's video, we're going to be considering the Congregation Bible Study for this week, May 5th to 11th, 2025. So friends, we extend you a warm welcome, and now, let's get started. In this week, we're starting chapter 26 with paragraphs 1 to 8, and this one is entitled, "Not one of you will be lost." Paul faces shipwreck and showing great faith and love for people. 1 and 2 question, what kind of voyage is Paul facing and what might be some of his concerns? This is a ship voyage to Rome. The prospect of this voyage to appear before Caesar may also raise a number of grave questions in Paul's mind. He had no idea about what trials, what difficulties he'll find there, but he knows it won't be easy. Paul has been in dangers at sea many times, having survived 3 shipwrecks, and Paul will be traveling as a prisoner, not like a free person, a free man. And this is a tremendous distance, some 2,000 miles from Caesarea to Rome. Some lessons we learn from this. Paul faced a dangerous voyage and an uncertain future before the emperor, but his life was in Jehovah's hands. Though circumstances seemed overwhelming, he trusted the sovereign Lord Jehovah had a purpose. Like Paul, we'll face anxiety, sudden changes, or trials, but we must remember Jehovah is in control and will sustain us. How? Many times we have no clue, but we know He'll make it. Another lesson is Paul's past deliverance from shipwrecks and persecution reminded him Jehovah wouldn't abandon him now. When new trials come, recall how Jehovah helped you before. This strengthens trust in His continued guidance. And this is when we notice the difference between exhorting others to trust in Jehovah and now we apply the principle of trusting in Jehovah in our own life. Number 3, what was Paul's determination and what will we discuss in this chapter? Paul was determined to live up to his commission, come what may. Is that not our determination as well? He knew Rome held challenges, but why worry about the unknown? Anxiety would only steal his joy in preaching. So let us follow Paul on this historic voyage as we weigh the practical value of his example. Some lessons we learn from this is, do we fret over the future instead of trusting Jehovah and doing what we can today? Paul's joy came from knowing his work had an eternal meaning. Do hardships discourage us, or do we remember serving God is a privilege, like Paul? The winds were against us. Number 4, on what kind of vessel did Paul begin his voyage, and who were his companions? That was a merchant ship that had arrived at Caesarea. So a merchant ship was not a proper ship for this travel. At least 2 fellow believers accompanied him, Aristarchus and Luke. It was Luke, of course, who penned the account, We don't know whether these two loyal companions paid for their passage or acted as servants to Paul. But the fact is, they were there with their friend in this significant and hard moment. They didn't let him alone. Some lessons we learn from this account. Trials rarely come under ideal circumstances or conditions. Paul sailed as a prisoner on an uncomfortable, risky ship, yet he didn't complain. He accepted it. Ask yourself, do we remain faithful when our voyage is hard, illness, persecution, misunderstandings? Aristarchus and Luke stood by Paul despite the risk. Are we willing to support brothers in their hardship time, even at personal cost? Like Proverbs 17:17 reads, or are we just viewers of their tragedy, turning a blind eye? Number 5. What fellowship was Paul able to enjoy at Sidon, and what may we learn from this? We notice the centurion Julius treated Paul kindly. He was in charge that time, allowing Paul to visit Christians as for. After long imprisonment, they surely welcomed him warmly. A lesson we learn from this is, what opportunities do I have to show such hospitality? When we seize them, we gain encouragement. 6-8. How did Paul's journey progress from Sidon to Cnidus, and what opportunities did Paul likely seize with regard to preaching? So, Luke includes the ominous detail that the winds were against us. That's not good. That's one of the most dangerous situations in their case. And Paul surely preached to fellow prisoners, passengers, crew, soldiers, and those in ports along the way. There's no doubt he had a great zeal for the ministry. Okay friends, that's a wrap for this video. Thank you so much for joining us in this consideration. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you in our next broadcast.